Hey everyone, welcome. So I've got this super clear canvas that we're going to be working with. Hey everyone, thank you guys so much for joining. But before we start, I'm not sure if anyone has any requests for design style. Hey Christy, hey Libby, hey Anime Planet, Coco Bookstore Galore, I want to say that right. Shabia, Blueberry, Claire. Oh my gosh, Claire! We were just emailing. So cool to see all you guys here. All right, so I'm thinking of doing something that is a little bit more detailed than I usually do on my regular videos. And yeah, this is going to be totally freestyled. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments and I'll try to answer them as I'm working, so I might miss them, but just kind of keep commenting. So much love for you guys. All right, so I'm gonna start. I think I want to do kind of a V border. So let's see, we're gonna start with a nice little dot in the center. Yes, I think it is very relaxing. I've actually been going live a lot on TikTok, but I feel like I have a completely different audience on YouTube that I would love to connect with. But let me know if the sound is okay, if the music is too loud. I can always turn it down. Yay! Hey everyone! Anyone have any plans for this, Sunday or Halloween? Any Halloween parties? I'm so glad you like the setup. I know I wanted to make it super chill, and so it's a little bit fun. And the candles, I don't know, they just create such a vibe. I love the candles. But this one's a little short, so I hope it doesn't run out. I have an extra just in case. I don't know how long we're gonna go tonight, so... Yay! Okay, I'm glad it sounds good. Yay! Ooh, hanging out with your friends from Texas. Nice. A giving chill afternoon. That is totally what I wanted to do. But yeah, I usually have a much better playlist when I do TikTok live, but I have to make sure to use copyright-free music. So, because I do want to post this on my regular channel for everyone who maybe is in a different time zone, you know. You bought a bulk paste combo pack and absolutely love how your art's been turning out. Yay, I'm so glad. Actually, if you have photos, I would love to see, and I feel like we might want to be going closer. So you let me know if it is better. Let's see. So Canada is a little hard. Like I do have it set up on my website, but the only thing is I can't really control the international shipping charges, unfortunately. But if you want to preview them on my website, you totally can first before actually checking out. Alright, so now I'm going to be creating a little bit more, what do you call it? A little bit more to this border. But yeah, I did this design on my hand about a week ago, and I'm kind of obsessed. I wanted to show you guys properly. Yeah, so I'm in the US in California. Oh, hold on one second. I think I want to turn down the music just a little bit. Okay. So my story, let's see, or my journey, rather. Yeah, I'm not too sure. I feel like every time I go live, hopefully people that are here haven't heard my story, so I just don't want it to be redundant. I feel like I need to make a proper video one of these days, but basically I got henna for the first time for my wedding about a little over 11 years ago, actually. And I got married at a Radha Krishna temple here in San Diego. And obviously I loved my bridal mehndi. Like it was, I just loved it so much. It's hard not to, you know? But of course it fades, so I was really sad when it finally faded. But about 2 months after my husband and I got married, we went on our first pilgrimage trip to India, and it was there I started practicing on myself because I missed having bridal mehndi on, so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do it on myself. And the rest is kind of history, so that's like almost 11 years ago now. Alright, these scallops, gotta get these in. Oh, I'm so glad Anime Planet. I don't know what your proper name is. I would love to know so I can say it correctly. Let's see. Oh yes, I did it with my right hand. I know, I wish I was ambidextrous, but unfortunately I am not. So for the tip of the cone, let me see if I can find it. Actually, I have an empty cone. 1 second. So I have an empty cone here, and you can kind of see here, I roll it around a pin, so it creates a perfect opening. So I don't have to cut it, so you don't have to worry about cutting it too much. Let's see. What's the best tent to have the henna? You mean to mix it, or do you mean as far as like if you're getting it done or if you're doing it for someone else? Well, I guess I can just talk about both. So I do prefer when I work on clients to have it be a little bit warmer of a setting. So if I'm doing bridal and it's like pretty chilly, I usually bring like a space heater. That way I can make sure that the bride stays nice and warm, because the warmer you are, the better your stain will be. And for mixing purposes, if you mix it with cold water, it generally will take a lot longer to dye release. So typically at least room temperature, but not like hot, like scalding hot. But you could do like warm water, or if you're someone that likes to use tea, you know, it could be warm. But I wouldn't really recommend doing cold water, if that makes sense. Oh, Ryan. Okay, cool. Now I know. Let's see. So my husband is not Indian either, but we both met at the temple. We practice what's called Gaudiya Vaishnavism, a branch of Hinduism, and basically it centers around the worship of Radha Krishna. Alright. I feel like it's not super centered, or focused rather. But hopefully it's still okay to see. Let's see here. Prom mehndi designs. I feel like maybe it could depend on the outfit. But I feel like a good floral type of design might be nice. You can never go wrong with flowers. But yeah, if the dress maybe has some designs on it, maybe it could be a little bit more kind of matching that. Like you can kind of use that as inspiration. I'll be going soon. How do you take this cone sharp? Do you mean, I think you might be talking about what someone else was mentioning is like how to get the cone tip to be small. So I use the sewing pin. So you can kind of see, I roll it around the sewing pin and then you take it out and voila. Let's see here. I think I'm gonna do a really thin kind of fill. So we're going to do these little swirls with the little humps, but I'm gonna make it really a lot more thin. It's gonna take a while, so yeah, if you guys have any other questions, I'll be trying to answer those. ASMR videos coming soon? Oh my gosh. Like proper ASMR where it's like whispering, because I don't know if I can do the whispering. I feel like this is already pretty soft, so I don't know if it would be properly ASMR, but maybe like ASMR-ish. That would be fun. Maybe like talk about stories or something like that, maybe just in an even more soft voice. Or I was also thinking possibly you know, maybe scripting out first so I can really focus on the speaking part, so I can film the video maybe first of the actual application, and then I can film like a separate voiceover. I don't know, I've been thinking about it because I definitely want to get into that. Have I ever really messed up? If so, what do you do about it? So yeah, definitely 100%. And actually last live stream yesterday on TikTok, I definitely wiped away a few designs because I was trying to do an elephant, like a full-bodied elephant right here, but I wasn't really liking it, so I ended up doing it down here where there's a little bit more space. But there are some kind of techniques that you could do. I know some people will actually take straws, like cut the straws, and then use that to kind of scoop up any mistakes. Or you can use toothpicks. But for me, what I usually like to do is I use like the tip of my cone. So I kind of clean the tip really well, and then I just go in there and kind of like erase what it is I need to. Let's see. So for me, it takes me about, I want to say 4 to 5 hours typically for my bridal designs. But that varies from artist to artist. Some artists can do bridal, you know, it can take them a little bit longer. I feel like 6 hours is kind of common as well, but it can even take up to, you know, 7 or 8, I've heard. I think the longest I've heard is someone take is like 12 hours, which to me, I don't know how. That's too crazy for me. Let's see. So if you catch it pretty early, it shouldn't stain if you wipe it away. But it even if it does, at least with henna, with hagwa, that's another story. But with henna, if it does stain, it might be just a very faint orange for like a few days. But if you're going over it, then you really can't notice it. With hagwa, on the other hand, which that's like this blackish blue stain, so like the reddish brown is the henna and the blackish blue is the hagwa, which is a different plant than henna. But that one, you can't, it's really hard if you mess up to kind of wipe it away. Maybe you can try using like rubbing alcohol to wipe it away, but it tends to be a little bit more pronounced even if you do wipe it away right away. Which, that was a mouthful right there. Let's see. I have not done a mehndi design on my nail, but I feel like we might have seen the same video where someone did. I feel like my natural nails are actually really small, so the video that I saw of someone doing that, they had really nice, like, long nail beds, and it looked really good. But I have not tried it. I don't know if anyone out there knows what video I'm talking about. I actually saw it recently and I was like, oh yeah, if I had long nails that were natural, I would totally do that. But my nails tend to break pretty easily, which is why I get the acrylics. And I do love my nail tech, she's awesome. But yeah, is it pretty late where anyone is right now? I'm on the West Coast, so it's about 6:15. Hopefully it's not too late, but it is Saturday. And it's a full moon and eclipse too, which is kind of crazy. Let's see. I'm not a full-time content creator yet, but maybe in the future. I think that would be really fun. I would love to kind of focus on creating like really cool videos at some point. I would just need to free up my schedule a little bit because I am a little bit preoccupied with the shop at the moment and with bookings and whatnot, especially with Carva shop coming. I did not mean to do a dot there actually. So you can kind of see I'm gonna use the tip of my cone to just kind of soften that out a little bit, and then we'll kind of go like that. There we go. A little bit better. So with this fill, you can kind of see it's getting, you kind of one, so you kind of gotta do the best you can. but I kept this line thin so that way once I was done I can create like a really nice clean edge. I'm actually going to drape this across like this, and then I'm going to fill it in. And that's going to create a really nice, neat, and even kind of, I don't know, border to this fill. Yes, I like that. Oh, 3:15 Hawaii? Oh wow, that's awesome. 9:14, so not too late. Oops. That candle is still going. Actually, yeah, I didn't realize. This one is kind of, I had used it a little bit last night, so I don't know, that one might be the first one to go out probably. And you can't even really see the one. I have another one over here. You can kind of see like the candle holder bottom. Let's see, so I use cellophane. So cellophane, some people use mylar as well, which is, I can kind of show you, actually I have like a little mylar cone. So mylar is like the really shiny, kind of aluminum looking one. And the cellophane is a little bit more, it's hard to describe. It's similar but different. I'm glad you're able to catch it too. Let's see, so for the cellophane, when I make cones, I typically make them 5 by 8 inches, so I use a rectangle. I know some people like to do triangles, some people do smaller rectangles, larger ones. It's just one of those things, you gotta kind of find out what's best for you. There's no perfect or correct way, in a sense, it's just whatever works. Alright, let's see, what do I want to put to kind of end this part? I'm trying to think. Let's see, I am in San Diego. It's Cellophane. Is that your name? Is that what Artsy Vedu is your name? Cellophane? Or I don't, oh, cellophane. Okay, you're asking. So cellophane, I think it's spelled Cellophane. Cellophane. It's also kind of similar to what's used for gift baskets, you know, that kind of plastic that they use, but technically it's not plastic. So cellophane is actually made from cellulose, from wood, so it is actually a little bit different than just straight up like plastic. So it's technically biodegradable compared to just plastic. So that's good to know. Alright, hey Lorex. Oh yeah, no worries, no worries about the spelling. I just wanted to make sure to spell it right so you can find it correctly. Kind of like a non-stick cling wrap. It's similar. There's like kind of different thicknesses, I guess you could say, but a lot of websites I've found don't really show you, so it's hard to say exactly what like thickness it should be, if that makes sense. Let's see, yes, I do have a husband. I was talking about him earlier because that's kind of what got me into doing mehndi, was getting henna done for my wedding 11 years ago. He's not really into social media, so he's not really kind of in my videos, but he's definitely a backstone, or I guess, what's the right word I'm looking for? He's like a cornerstone of Kofi Henna, or he's definitely like my rock. So he is definitely in the sidelines, in the background for sure. So he definitely helps a lot. He's been helping me film the videos that I've been making recently. So it would be, you can kind of see like there's movement, and so that's him. Thank you so much, Akash. I appreciate you. Alright, this one I'm going to do longer scallops, I guess you could say. So let's see, I'm trying to think, what do I want to do? for the center. Let's see, I'm thinking kind of like a mandala design. We shall see. But first, I am going to create another little border type of, not necessarily, it's going to be a little different, but similar. Let's see, yeah, I will save the live. I am planning on posting it for sure, so don't worry. But yeah, I just felt like live is just kind of cool because I can really connect with you guys in real time and answer questions, just talk with you guys. But I know everyone's also kind of in different time zones, so I do feel like it'll be beneficial to save them. And then maybe if you guys want to watch them later, and then you can even like maybe get a henna cone out, and we can just kind of do some henna together. Let's see, patience, I definitely try, but I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I can work fast if I need to. But I feel like for this, it's kind of like the vibe is just nice and slow and relaxed. It can be kind of relaxing to watch and to do. And create some little shading in the petals. And I think what I'm going to try to do a little bit different than the negative reverse, but still kind of gives a similar vibe. I love lotuses though. Let's see, I kind of want to do something like this into it. I love this squiggle grid. It's my favorite. I don't know why. I don't know what it is about it that I am obsessed with. And that's always the hard part, is when there's something kind of blocking your view of this. It can be hard to kind of eyeball it correctly. Yeah, just a nice thin little grid to kind of counterbalance the thick lotus. Okay, I missed a lot of cool comments there. Let's see. Oh yeah, so this is henna, the reddish brown, but then you kind of see the blackish blue is the hagwa. So it's a combination, and I'm obsessed. Let's see. I'm so glad I stumbled upon your channel. Would I travel overseas? I'm not really traveling overseas at the moment. I have in the past, but with my schedule, it's a little bit hard, but I am kind of contemplating starting to travel domestically, because I also took a break from that, even traveling, you know, within the US, but I think I'm going to start with that first. So maybe traveling to places that are still just on the West Coast. Like I went up to Oakland for a bridal not too long ago, Santa Barbara, Arizona. I'll start with that, and then maybe I'll start doing longer distances, but it's a lot to travel. But I don't know, maybe in the future, who knows. Yeah, the shading is definitely hard. It definitely takes some time. Oh yeah, this one, I don't know why it keeps getting out of frame. I'll put them a little closer. I do like this candle, actually. I got it from someone on TikTok Shop. It was, I just love it. I love supporting other small businesses. Alright, I think I'm going to make this a nice luscious line as well. If you wanted to get henna for your wife for her wedding, what do you have to travel to? You to travel right past. Let's see. Where are you? Actually, maybe that's a good first question. But yeah, like I said, if you're in the US, possibly, depending on the date and everything like that. And is it kind of blurry for you guys? I feel like it's trying to focus on the candles, which is why I've been trying to adjust it. But then I kind of want to make sure we can get the hand in there because of the chat. So maybe actually I'll move this back slightly now. There we go. Let's see, I started doing mehndi henna around almost 11 years ago now, which is so crazy to say. I feel like that sounds like a really long time. Like I can say a full-on decade now for sure. I feel like besides, you know, school, it's the thing that I've done the longest, which is pretty awesome. I don't know, it would be so weird to not do henna now at this point. Alright, let's see, what do I want to do next? Is the question. I'm glad you guys are liking it. Honestly, I'm really liking it too. The only thing, okay, so I do want to be transparent. I do feel like that could have been better. I am contemplating redoing those, but other than that, Lotus is a little off, but I did kind of decide to change it up. I was going to do the full reverse style, but then I opted to try to do a grid. And now I'm looking at the Lotus, which if I had done the regular reverse style, you wouldn't have been able to notice. But because I did the grid instead, now I'm looking at it and I feel like it's too much to the left. But yeah, so these are the thoughts in the head of a henna artist as they're working that you might not know. But yes, because I feel like especially when people are starting out, you know, and there's a tendency to compare your work, and I just wanted to, you know, let you know we all, no matter what stage you're at, I feel like we all see like our imperfections. Let's see. So yeah, I've been doing it since for 11 years, so I feel like as far as when did I get good, that's kind of a hard question because I feel like I'm still trying to improve, you know? It's one of those things, it's like a never-ending journey of self-discovery. And as far as how long it takes, it kind of depends. Obviously right now, since I'm talking at the same time, I am kind of working a little bit slower than I would otherwise. So it really just kind of depends. Also on the type of design, freestyle, which I'm doing now, is a little bit faster because you don't have to really look at something to kind of reference. Hopefully that made sense. Three-dimensional things like cubes or designs with multiple dimensions that are like optical illusions. I have not, but that is a pretty cool idea. I mean, I have done some maybe more square-ish type stuff before, but yeah, definitely not optical illusions, but that is a really cool idea to play with for sure. I might have to try that out. Let's see here. Exactly. You don't know what it's gonna look like exactly until you get to the end. Let's see here. And as you can see, it's a lot of building up the shapes initially. So we can kind of see that there is a lot of repetition as far as different motifs and elements go. But when you put them all together, that's when the magic happens. I usually like to use my non-working hand to kind of hold my wrist a little bit and stabilize this side of my hand, or you can even use your pinky sometimes, depending on what surface you're working on. But a lot of times I notice that I actually lift my pinky out of the way, so I have it raised up as I'm working. That way I'm not pressing on the fresh paste so it doesn't mess up, if that makes sense. Let's see. Yeah, I would love to try some chippy stuff actually. I'll have to do some practice on my own to really get it down, and then maybe I can share that with you. Yeah, because I have seen those optical illusions and they are really fun. Let's see. Now, what do I want to put here now is the question. Okay, I think I have an idea. And then, let's see, we'll go kind of like this. And then we'll kind of outline it and try to do it so it's as even as possible. But that is the thing with henna, it's very organic, and even if there are some imperfections, it tends to all work out in the end. Oh my gosh, that would be so amazing. Let's see what happens. Yeah, exactly. We'll have to see. Yeah, pinkies up, exactly. Classes that's definitely something I have contemplated for sure, but I just don't know what platform I'd want to do it. So I think I would want to start maybe with some online classes. And hold on, I'm just gonna close my door real quick. Okay. But yes, I'm thinking possibly maybe starting with like an online class. I just don't know what to price it. I'd probably start with something super beginner, so it might be a while for more of my intermediate artists to, you know, come to a class. So we'll build up. But yeah, give me you guys' ideas. I would love to hear. Let's see. Thank you so much, Akash and Two Birds on a Wire. Oh my gosh, Shannara, I loved your piece she did. She just tagged me in a design she did on Instagram of like a Halloween styled one. So it was really cool. It had like a little haunted house and everything. That was awesome. Yes, you can definitely wipe it off if you mess it up. It is kind of good to try to do it as soon as possible, but yeah, you can definitely do that. I mean, like doing the wrong design or the person or doing the head-on moves. I know, yeah, moving people, yeah, they make it quite difficult, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, you can definitely wipe it off and do it again with henna. With hogwa, that is kind of a different story. Alright, I'm just kind of tracing it out first, just to kind of get an idea before I lay down any thick lines. Alright. So now, and then when you drape it, it tends to just kind of lay on top. It kind of gets magnetized to itself, if that makes sense. And one thing I do, like if you're super new, like I always tend to clean the tip of the cone, because as you're working, there tends to be a little bit of a buildup that happens, and then your lines can kind of come out a little wonky. Let's see. Oh, are you talking about my Instagram? It's the same on here, Gopi Henna. Would I rather skydive or bungee jump? Neither. No, I was kidding. I would say probably skydive, actually. It's like, might as well. I feel like that would be a better return on investment as far as like time. If you're going to risk your life, might as well, you know, have a little bit more time up in the air. Whereas like bungee jumping, I feel like is over so quick, and if something goes wrong, it's like a very short term thing. Hopefully that made sense. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? A lot of times, if that happens and I really don't like how the line turns out, I'll actually turn this one into the thick line, because I was already planning on doing a thick line and then outlining it. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. It can make it, which I feel like most henna artists, that's kind of like a mark of a henna artist, is like if their pointer finger and thumb are stained. I mean, if you really didn't want that, you can wear a glove, like a glove on this hand or a tissue paper. But for me, I don't really mind. It gives me an excuse to henna my palm so I can kind of hide it. do like, yeah, if you guys like the live, that really helps circulate it to more people. So let's see if we can get some more people joining in. They both scare me, but I want to do one of them. I'm just not sure which. Oh, yeah. I would say, yeah, you should do the skydiving. I don't know, it just feels like also people are maybe even more trained that do that, like, so often. Bungee jumping, I don't know, it seems a little like, I don't know. I don't really know what I'm talking about on this one. I'm just giving you my opinion. Alright, so doing some more draping. There we go. Yeah, I'm definitely liking how this one's turning out. I'm trying to figure out what kind of grid I want to do inside here, or what kind of fill I want to do. Because I feel like, let's see, I think I have an idea. So I think I'm going to start with 2 layers of these kind of shorter scallops. And then we're going to go in with some more swirl action to give it some continuity. So let's try to do this. I am working a little fast, which in the beginning, I feel like getting scallops even, it's always a struggle, you know. But you definitely don't have to go super fast. I know I want to go to India again so bad. If we haven't been since 2019 was our last trip. And so we haven't been since COVID, happened. And right now our passports are expired, so we have to get those renewed first. But we still actually have a few years left on our tourist visa. The last time we applied for our Indian tourist visa, they gave us a 10-year one, so it'd be nice to use it at least a few more times before it actually expires. But yeah, it's just traveling these days. I've become such a homebody. I used to travel all the time, and now I'm like, I just want to be at home. The straight lines, I do draping, so that's when you saw me. Actually, I can kind of show you. So you kind of lift up in the air, and you kind of work it to where you want it to go, and then you kind of lay it down. The only thing is, obviously, if you're working on someone that has body hair, you won't really be able to do draping. So then you'd have to really carefully make sure the tip of the cone is flush to the skin. 2012, that was my first trip was in 2012 actually. November, do you know what area you're gonna go to? Or do you have a few areas? When we go, we usually spend most of our time in a town called Vrindavan. But we do love Jaipur as well. I don't use jagwa powder, but I have a mix actually. The one that I'm using right now is called my darkness blend, and so it has a mix. I don't know if it's going to focus, but I use jagwa juice inside my darkness blend. So it's a little bit darker, you can say, than the original blend, but it still has a henna shade to it, but just slightly darker. So instead of more like orangish red, it's a little bit more like reddish brown. And yeah, so it's like not a ton of jagwa juice. I have another blend that I don't have up yet. Again, I took pretty much all my cones off for the summer, and I barely kind of relaunched them again, but I have another blend which I call my ultra dark blend, which basically is your same henna mixture, but instead of using whatever liquid you use, whether it's lemon juice, water, or tea, replace that with the jagwa juice or hagwa juice, and then you mix it up like that. And then it gets really dark brown and almost black on the fingers and definitely on the palm. I'm glad you're able to as well, Catherine. Thank you for joining. And you got one of our kits too. Oh, that's so cool. I know, I'm definitely going to be redesigning the kit a little bit. I hope to put some stencils in there, and I actually want to put rubber bands in the henna kit. That way, you know, for people where it's a little bit hard. I think the hardest part of the kit, maybe besides, you know, figuring out the best consistency for you, is sealing them, but you can actually just, if you fill them maybe about like 3/4 of the way, you know, actually I have this. So you fill it, say to like right here or so, and then you can actually put a rubber band up here, so you don't even have to worry about sealing it. So I am going to be redesigning the henna kit, but I'm so glad to hear that you've been using it. Let's see, I'm in San Diego, California. Oh, you went to Vrindavan and Jaipur 10 years ago? Oh, that's amazing. Oh my god, those monkeys. Yeah, it's pretty intense, but it's kind of funny, like, if you're not the one that's getting, like, stuff stolen from. Sorry. But we've seen it so many times, actually. Like, if you have glasses or, like, your shoes, like, in, you know, all the shops, they have, like, these little boxes that you put your shoes in before you get into the shop so the monkeys don't steal them. But yeah, the phones was kind of like a new thing. They would always take glasses. So if you have, glasses that you have for reading or whatnot, or just, if you have to wear glasses, even sunglasses, they would take them, and then they would go up to the top of a building, and because they know, like, they're kind of trained by the other monkeys that have learned this, that basically you have to get either like a juice box or some fruit from a little vendor, and then you throw it up to them. But you have to get at least 2. So you throw one up, and then they have like your glasses in one hand. So then you throw you throw up like a piece of fruit. They grab it, and you have to throw a second one, and then they'll drop whatever it is that they stole from you. It's pretty crazy. Let's see. I might have missed your comment, so if you want to say it again. Sorry, I kind of went off on a tangent there. But yeah, just write it again. I've been doing it for about 11 years. Speak slow. I will try my best. I feel like sometimes I speak slow, and then I feel like, oh, maybe I'm speaking too slow, so then I speak faster, so I'll try not to. Let's see here. Alright, let's do another. But yeah, she brought up the monkey thing, and I had to tell a little bit more about that. Which, if you guys are from India, then you already know that, but for all the people that aren't, it's pretty crazy. But it's interesting because there's definitely different monkeys in India. So we spent a lot of time in a town in West Bengal, and they have like these really big monkeys, but they're very chill. So it's really interesting. Like, they're just so chill and relaxed, like totally different than the monkeys in Vrindavan. So yeah, it's interesting. It's usually the little monkeys that are the ones that are all mischievous. A full-time guy using a slingshot to keep the monkeys away. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Let's see, the handboard, yes. I'm not sure if you can see if products are linked somewhere, but I tried to link it just in case someone wanted to know where to get it. But it is also on my website. I love it, honestly. Oops. Let's see here. I think I'm actually going to add a dot to these swirls. Alright. A little crab for the star sign Cancer on the fingers. I will definitely try to keep that in mind. I'm actually a Pisces, so yeah, I definitely vibe with the water signs as well. I feel like actually the Cancer horoscope sign is almost the most difficult. I don't know why. I feel like it's the hardest one to do. Like, out at my henna booth, I get requests for, people's sign symbols quite a lot, and that was always the one I was kind of like, and maybe it was just the picture of the one that I had, but I don't know why. Let's see here. I'm gonna try to finish up this little fill. Okay, now moving on. Ooh, another Pisces. Let's see. I'm a March Pisces, so I was on Pi Day, March 14th. Does it ever get monotonous, like doing henna? Is that what you're asking about? Yes. You practice on your left arm hand all the time. I know, I wish I was ambidextrous, but yeah, no, doing henna with my left hand is very bad. It really depends. I do love both. I'm not gonna lie. I love tea. I love coffee. But yeah, I mean, I wish, it would be nice to not like anything with caffeine, but what can I say? I will say, I feel like I like coffee in the morning, and then if I feel like I need another drink, I do like tea, later in the day, if that makes sense. And that's like one of my favorite parts about doing bridal henna is they always offer me, their own chai, and everyone's chai is a little bit different. On February 25th. Okay, yeah. So pretty close to March. Let's see. Can't get coffee in India unless freeze dried. Oh yeah, I feel like that's why, what was that viral drink that everyone was making during the pandemic where they would make like the whipped coffee using the freeze dried? You guys know what I'm talking about? I definitely had to try it and it was pretty good. But no, I'm not Indian. I do travel there quite frequently. On pilgrimage, I go there to visit all the temples for Radha Krishna, basically. But it's been a little while. Let's see, I'm trying to think what do I want to do from here. I know, I wish you guys can see this candle. There we go. That one's a little bit better. Ooh, a leap year. Ooh, what is that like? So do you end up just celebrating your birthday on the day before your birthday? Is that how that works? That's pretty crazy to think about, right? Like, I was born on this day, but it doesn't exist, like, every other year. I forget, is it every other year or is it every 4 years? I forget. Or I could be totally off on that. Let's see. I'm so glad you developed a love for mehndi. That makes me so happy. But let's see, where I usually go. So, our first 2 trips, we spent a lot of time in Mayapur in West Bengal, but then we would also go to Vrindavan for a little while. A few hours south of Delhi, and then we'll usually also visit Puri, Jagannath Puri in Orissa. And then the last 2 trips, though, we tended to spend more time in Vrindavan, and then we'll also spend a little bit of time in Jaipur. And then this last time that we went, we did all 3 of those, but then we also did Rishikesh for the first time, which honestly was pretty awesome. And then we actually saw Dev Prayag, which is when the 2 rivers kind of merge and become, I believe they become Ganga from there. So I think it's the Alaknanda and Bhagirath River, and so it's like a dark colored river and a light colored river, and then they come and they converge and then they turn into one river. It's such a cool place. I would definitely like to visit there again. Let's see, on the 28th, since it's still in the same month. Exactly, that's what I figured was probably the case. But, I don't know if I necessarily, age thing, maybe, I don't know if anyone has an idea of how old I am. I don't want to say my year and make myself sound too old. No, I was kidding. I was going to Delhi in 2014 when I was 3. Oh, and you're at 3. Oh my gosh. Have you gone, wait, so was that the last time you went, or have you gone recently? Let's see here. If this was an actual hand, I could kind of continue this over the side of the hand, but I'm not really going to be able to do that on here. But that's fine. I'm thinking we're going to go like this. And a little something like that. The hand is not 100% exact. Okay, I'll show you how. A lot of times I'll use my nails too, like if there's something that kind of messes up, which on skin it's a little bit easier to get off. But for the hand, more of like the pad of the finger is a little bit better. Let's see, it's I started doing it around 11 years ago. Alright. Still so many things I would like to improve, but it's one of those things. You just have to kind of keep practicing. That's what I'm kind of doing now. Kind of also helps keep your hands eye coordination. It's definitely like a muscle memory. Like that. I want to make a little bit thicker. I'll add some dots. Let's see. Oh, your mom does. That's so awesome. Okay, I really feel like I want to redo that one. I don't know what happened with the music with that one. Alright, there we go. Yeah, I feel like it's kind of sometimes the acrylic hand isn't exact anatomy, you know. So I am going to try to do the best I can. It's a little bit better. Alright. A little bit better. Not exactly perfect, but... let's see. So to prevent clogs, you can strain it out with a nylon, which one of my recent shorts, I kind of show you a little bit how to do that. If you go to my short videos. So I use like a nylon stocking to kind of sift out any clumps that are still remaining. Let's see. I feel like the comments are kind of covering up the hand part now. Let's see. How long does the design take, or how long to make it? Let me know what you mean. Hopefully my hand's not blocking it. Let's see here. Alright, I'm going to kind of make that a little bit thinner, or thicker. Let's see. Okay. So I pretty much, I'm not doing it anywhere exactly right now. I used to kind of have a henna booth a little bit more frequently, but now I'm only doing it in the summertime. So right now I'm just kind of taking bookings where I go to them, and mostly focusing on bridal, but I have some kind of like individual appointments coming up for Karbachot, so that will be fun. Can't wait for that. Let's see, I think I want to do something a little bit, because the pinky is so short, I feel like I need to add a little something to get it to be even. So I'm going to do that. Yes. And I started a career. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Where so which kind of carnivals? That actually sounds pretty fun. But yes, Oh, do you like this flower here? I really love how that one turned out too. Alright. See, I started doing it 11 years ago. I think I'm gonna have to I want to make a video, I think, where I go over frequently asked questions. Just because obviously there's people coming in and out, but I don't necessarily want it to be too redundant for the ones that are here the whole time. Let's see here. So I'm going to try to do something similar on this side. Let's see. Thank you so much, Butterfly Zeely. I don't know if I said that right. Mostly bridal freestyle. Exactly. Those are the best. Let's see. So I have a half brother who's 18, and then I have 3 adopted siblings actually, and the youngest one I think just turned 11, and they're all like a few years difference. And then I have my mom's husband has 3 kids as well, but he's not like technically my stepdad, but I guess you can kind of call them like step siblings, I guess. But none of them live in San Diego anymore, which is unfortunate. I'm kind of like one of the last ones in my family here in San Diego, but it's so hard to leave. Let's see. I hate everybody. Well, they are a lot younger than me, so I pretty much grew up an only child for like 15 years, and then a few years after that I moved out, so I didn't really have much time with them. Let's see. Aster, how are you? That is totally fine. Since I'm doing henna, I think everyone probably knows I'm doing good. No, I was kidding. I don't do classes yet, but it is something I would love to do in the future. I'll definitely post about it if I do start offering them. But that's one reason I kind of like having those little tutorial videos every now and then on here, so it's kind of like learn at your own pace. I have had an in-person workshop before, which was really fun. I just need to figure out where I would do another one, because I would like to do in person as well. I just feel like the energy is different, you know? I've never really done an online class, like on Zoom, but I don't know, I just feel like it would be a little different, you know, than like an actual in-person one. Let's see. I'm so sorry about that, Gizmo. Ugh, fractured hand is no bueno. Did they say how long it'll take to heal? Oh my gosh. Yeah, my little sister actually broke her arm a couple years ago. And it was like her writing arm, I think, too. So she had to have like other people help her with her school notes and stuff. I charge by hour for the most part. I typically prefer it that way. It's just a little bit easier to kind of manage, you know, how much it is. Because sometimes if someone wants something and then they come to you and then they end up wanting something a little bit bigger, it's just kind of hard, like on the spot, to kind of price things out, you know what I'm saying? So with hourly, it just kind of makes sense. Like they know it's going to be more because it's going to take longer. Let's see, but I don't have kids of my own yet, but possibly in the future. And you know, I'm not the closest with my family, but I don't know, I just feel like we're kind of all into different things, and I try to visit sometimes for the holidays, but they're not really, you know, calling me or texting me usually. They're kind of also very busy with their own things. But yeah. A few months. Okay, that's not like terrible. Oh, the crab. Oh gosh. Let's see. Where can I put that? Maybe, can you do the emoji again so I can see what it looks like? Because I kind of forgot. Let's see. Yeah. I mean, it's like, you know, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there too who aren't 100% like super close to their family. Like I try, but you know, I guess I was a little rebellious when I was a teenager, so I didn't really vibe too much with my mom's husband, and I think that kind of created a divide. Just a little bit. Okay, let's see. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, let's try it. So it's kind of like that, and then a little bit like that. A little bit more simplified. Alright. And we'll add some shading in there. It's kind of giving yin-yang vibes. Let's see, there we go. Kind of interesting, a little different, you know? There's that. Alright, and we'll add a few more little details. And let's see, I think we'll go like this. Alright. And then I'll finish off like that. There's that. Alright. So super on the spot. I had no idea going in what the heck I was gonna do, but this is what we came up with. Asymmetrical or symmetrical, that's really hard. It kind of depends what I'm in the mood for. I was definitely feeling more symmetrical vibes today, I guess. A squishmallow, oh, that would have been cute. And I was actually contemplating doing a Pisces on the other side, but I just ended up doing it like that. Okay, so a dissatisfaction story. I have actually a recent one. Okay, so it was a family member at a bridal gig that I did. So I did the bridal was awesome, and then I did like so many people afterwards, and like this person was on the fence about getting it. Like she wanted it, but then she didn't, and I feel like I'm gonna turn this down just a little bit. I hate that I have to use like copyright free music, but anyhow, so she wanted it, so she ended up deciding that she wanted to get it, and basically she wanted, you know, 2 mandalas right here, and so I started doing one and I started doing the other, and she got, like, she was saying like it wasn't exactly perfect, like one was like a little bit over to like the right compared to like the other one, and I kind of was just like I'm not gonna be able to do it perfect, like, you know, I'm not like a machine, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of like, you know, barked back at her a little bit, and then she kind of like chilled out. But yeah, I'm like, I can't do it exactly perfect, especially after doing like 7 hours of work. Like, you know, I was telling her, I'm like, you should have gotten it earlier when I was still like at my highest energy. But anyhow, let's see. I'll show you actually what you can do. I have one that I did. Let me see if I can find it. Sorry. Okay. So this is one that I did last night on TikTok Live. So we did this one, and so you can see it's like nice and dry. And basically, I'll show you what I use. Let me see. Let's see, where did I put it? Oh no, I can't find it. I can't find the tool, but oh, here it is. Here it is. So I actually used like an old hotel card key. So I'm gonna move this one out of the way. And basically, I'll kind of move this over just a little bit. So I'll take this, and then I feel like I really liked how this one turned out, so it's gonna be kind of sad. But I just take it, and then you can just kind of like flake it off like that. And then you just kind of wash it off afterwards. So there's like a little residue, and you just take like a wet paper towel, or in the sink, you can just kind of wipe that down, and then it's brand new. But actually the flakes are really fun, actually. They turn out looking really cool. I don't know why, I'm always obsessed. Let's see, so again, kind of showing you this. I don't keep a log, but that would be kind of a cool idea. I'm actually gonna try to do a video where I go more of my story, and I'll try to include wedding photos in there. So that's definitely a video I want to do. But I did realize that my phone is almost about to die, which is kind of like perfect timing. At least it lasted for the full design. So I think I'm gonna head off here. Thank you guys so much for joining. Anyone that just joined, I am gonna post the full video to YouTube so you can watch from the beginning. And yeah, thank you guys so much. Hope you guys have a beautiful night.